Hello, sir.
Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Mitchell Stuart, ladies and gentlemen, from the World Funk Orchestra. The World Funk Orchestra. We just played Marissa.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we did.
Or is it Marissa?
Or is it Marissa? It's a nice joint, though.
Yes, it has.
Mitchell, are you there? Wait,
there.
He's fixing his equipment. Mitchell, can you hear me, sir? Hold on, we're having phone difficulties, ladies and gentlemen.
Us? Never.
Yes. yes, we are.
Those 2 cups in a string.
Okay, here we are.
Wait a minute, now I have to do the whole intro over. Ladies and gentlemen, from the World Funk Orchestra, the one and only Mitchell Stuart, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, everybody. How are you guys?
We are great. Right. We are good. We just played Marissa. Outstanding. That's the second single. That's on nice joint. That's a great joint.
Absolutely.
Mitchell, by the way, what would you describe the music as? Is it Afro-Caribbean? What do you think it is?
Well, that's a fantastic question. Because we debated this amongst the orchestra members, and then, I came up to the to the Fortress of Solitude, where I'm speaking to you today from the upstate in Catskills. And I thought about, what are we going to call this? And it's truly world music. And that's why the first word in funk is world. So Marissa is inspired by Congolese music. And when I was younger, I saw an artist named Franco, and he played in the city, and I had never heard anything like this before. It was like the origins of Cuban music, but it was with African influence and that energy. The first single, Marissa, is more South African. So as we expose people to the music of world funk, it's literally going to be everything. We have the next single is derived from, I can't wait for you to hear. It's called Elephant Crush, and it'll be a dance that we're putting out that's going to take over TikTok. But the drums are influenced by big band music, Gene Krupa. The vocal that I do is from Gene Vincent in the 50s or Buddy Holly, and the rhythms and the bass and the guitar are from today. So the music is coming from everywhere, but the heart and soul of it is the lyrics are telling stories on a global basis, and that's where it's coming from. So one song will be different than the next. I can't wait to share it all with you. It's like it's been building in my brain since I was 8 years old, literally.
Well,
wanting to do this.
Every song that I've heard so far makes you want to dance. Like even if it's a slower song, it makes you want to dance. You got to move your body to it. You got to experience that.
Well, you guys, what we're going to do is we're going to send you, because we're starting a merch, we're going to send you the first World Funk set of maracas, and I expect you guys, I expect to be hearing it in the coming weeks on your show. Just letting you know. And so when you guys get up and dance, you're welcome to the orchestra, because Uncle Eddie,
they will literally
you're the uncle of the World Funk.
Damn right. They will definitely be the World Funk Orchestra maracas, and we will have everybody in the studio shake their maracas for you. Why the hell not? And I'll even get some hot chicks to come in and they can shake their maracas. We'll have multiple sets of maracas.
I feel we're going viral as we speak.
Oh, absolutely. We should find, Ricky, we should get girls from many different cultures, too. And they come in and they shake their maracas.
Well, you, sir, are right on brand. And we're sending you T-shirts in the coming weeks. We're going to outfit the whole studio.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Mitchell Stuart, by the way, the World Funk Orchestra, at World Funk Orchestra on the social media universe that's out there. Now, Mitchell, is this a thing for charity? Because I know that you have a charity, the Lelt Foundation. Tell us more about that, but also, is this connected to that?
Well, thank you.
Oh, did we lose Mitchell?
A lot of charities, and it's a big part of paying things forward in my life for my wife, myself. And so this project came about from a do-gooder project I was doing in Africa that I also wrote music for. And I had booked the studio for X amount of days, and we finished in half the time. So I had the studio paid for. I had the best musicians in the world surrounding me. And I said, you know what? I think I'm going to just record some songs. And we did, and thus became the beginnings of World Funk Orchestra. And you see some of it on our social media posts, because literally the first solo that was played by this amazing singer guitar player named Matthew Sampson. And he started playing, and his brother, who's this amazing singer who's singing with me on Such a Beautiful Day, who was 24 at the time, and said, oh, my God, this is amazing. I go, isn't this Grandpa's music? And he said, no, this is now. And so when the orchestra started to come together and a lot of friends like you started showing it love, and a lot of people in the industry started showing it love, and then social media just has gone ballistic, the goal for it is, if we're being totally frank, and you know I never lie, it's like the likelihood of this being a profitable venture is not why I got into it. That's not why you go back to music. You go back to it as a calling. So to now answer your question, what we did with the Lelt Foundation, is I wanted to start giving back, because this has to be the mission statement of World Funk is positivity, is music, is joy, is getting people to think, but it's also giving back. So though the orchestra itself won't be earning any money at the moment, what I could do is do what I do for my day job and give them an awareness campaign. So if we had a charity ourselves, I could only help a couple of people. But if we help charities on a one-on-one basis around the world to give them awareness, to use our music to help spread joy and bring attention to them, then we could do so much more. So it's a hope for to-profit orchestra. Hopefully we'll be at Madison Square Garden in the years to come.
Nice.
But for now and forever, whatever we do, wherever we play, whatever music we put out, will be driven for awareness for charities. We have something coming up that I just filmed an interview for a dear friend of ours who's doing a Special Olympics event in Minnesota in July. We're going to be highlighting something with Cantor Fitzgerald Foundation on September 11th. So we're constantly going to look to do good, because at the end of the day, music is healing, and that's what's driving the mission of the orchestra, is to entertain, but also to use music for its power to heal and to bring people together.
Well, that's the thing. In the first two songs that I've heard from the World Funk Orchestra, I feel better. Like, we've even listened, and we got some critics in this studio. I'll tell you right now, multiple fucking music people that we have in this room right now. We got the Slickster over here. Slickster, say hi to Mitchell.
What's up, Mitch?
All right, who has he's got a huge musical background.
Yep.
Joe, who has a even equally as big musical background. Ricky's done stuff for movies. Joe has done stuff for Gold Records. I mean, we have tons of musical critics in this room. When I played Marissa, when I played that on the show, we've now played it 2 weeks in a row. Billy has put it on, because Billy, who, by the way, Mr. Rock and Roll, Mr. Hair Metal, Mr. Oh, hey, why don't you play Striper? I don't care. Play something I can dance to in the mosh pits. This man.
Go mosh the Striper.
Shut up, I'm on a roll.
I know.
This guy over here even said how great the music was and was happy to play it again for a second week in a row as our musical interlude on our program, because the song, both songs so far, I mean, I have right here Such a Beautiful Day. I'll play that after we're done talking to you. But we legitimately, when we hear these songs, they bring you with such joy and happiness that I understand why it would work better towards a charity foundation, because when people are down in the dumps, when people need help, when people are, reaching out for hope, reaching out for something, this will be there for them and will be that friendly hand that reaches down to help. And that's why I see it as, I know Mitchell, you're saying that it might not be a money-making venture, but I can't see
It will be.
with your talent, with all the background stuff that you have, like everybody working together, the little elves that you have at Santa's workshop when it comes to this. I can't see it, number one, not being a money-making venture. I can't see it not being, like, for the first time, maybe a plague of positivity and sweeping the nation. Because every song so far that we've heard is a toe tapper. Like I am going to listen to this song again. Such a beautiful day.
Yeah, me too.
Again. I played it before. We were even on the air today, Slickster.
It's feel-good music.
And that's really exactly what the world needs right now. Feel-good music.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
Brother, it means so much to me that you're saying this, and thank you guys so much. You know, there's a guy, and I have to give a shout-out. When we were doing the Do-Gooder project, that was the origins of this, right?
Yeah.
One of my musical brothers, this guy, Henri Gill, who I met back in the days when I was doing iHeart and created Strip. And Henri and I was doing this project, and I said, I need to go to South Africa to, like, finish this music for our project. And Henri reached out, and I got to give this other guy a shout-out, Cedric Sampson. Who's he? Cedric Sampson comes from South Africa. You know, he's about 4'2". He's built like a brick shithouse. Can I say that on your air?
Yeah, don't say fucking shithouse. All right. Keep it clean.
He swims every day in ice-cold water in the Cape Town with sharks. And, oh, by the way, he was a big star in Africa, came to America in the 80s, big star here. And then I think somewhere, I guess it was in the 90s, his friend got out of jail and said, I need you to come home and give up your career. And he goes, okay, Nelson Mandela, I'll come home and help you. And he had in his mind a project called the Love Project, which he started and really needed help to get it because, you know, it's tough when you're trying to work out of Cape Town and reach the world.
Yeah.
And when I first spoke to him about what I wanted to do, we ended up on the phone for an hour and a half. And so that spirit of positivity, love, you know, also some of the songs just, you know, they're eye-openers with the lyrics. This is what music needs now. I mean, it needs all kinds of genres of music.
Yeah.
But it needs important music. And I hope people will hear it, be positive, and also listen to the words and be moved by it. That's its own reward, right?
Absolutely.
And you know, so and that's okay for them, you know. And that, you know, we have the next single I'll premiere with you is we're wrapping it up. It's going to come out in August. It's a dance. It's called the Elephant Crush because what else would a dance from the World Funk Orchestra be called, right?
Of course.
And then we have an EP planned for September and an album in January or February. So we're just literally getting started, and I so appreciate you guys jumping all over it and talking to me about it today. And can we talk about Holly James? Wait, I know it's a radio show. Can we talk about Holly James and the Marissa video? I mean, come on.
The chick with the braids, right?
Yeah, the chick with the braids. I wouldn't say that to her. Well, you can say it, but I wouldn't say it.
All right, I'm going to say, look, for everyone else following at home, go on YouTube and see the chick with the braids because she's freaking an amazing dancer. And the video is simplistic. The video's not, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, professional. As the day's long, there's a video, if you go on Mitchell's page, you can actually see the dude that actually edited the video. And, you know, there's graphics and there's cool stuff. But it's not overkill. It's simply a beautiful woman dancing to this music, happy dancing, first off and foremost. And let me tell you right now, I know it might not be cool for a white guy to say this, but those braids are amazing when she's spinning around doing that dance. Because I remember there's a video that you can see it on, yet again, on Mitchell's Twitter. Because I went there today because I was like, I want to learn more about this stuff. Because not only is it the World Funk Orchestra, to me, it's just a great band. Because it's a band that you could sit there and you would go see. You would go see the World Funk Orchestra and be happy. Because sometimes you want pissed off music. like Billy play. You want that sometimes.
Kill your mother, kill your father.
Rape a kitten, all that stuff. You sometimes you want that. Sometimes you want like R&B and rap from like and for old school stuff like Slickster brings to the table. Sometimes you even want funny songs like Joe plays, like the R&B, the ballads and the stuff like that, like Joe. And then sometimes you just want to freaking have an enjoyable session where you're singing, you let loose, and just your free spirit.
You're just feeling good.
And you go out there, and that's what that video is. She's doing that in the video. It encompasses that feeling. And I'm telling you, if she didn't have that fucking hair, it wouldn't be the same. Because that video is awesome. Because when she's spinning around, because he tells him, Mitchell gives direction, and he's not yelling at her, but he's, being a director, and he's directing her. And he goes, spin around a couple of times, and it gives like this kind of cool psychedelic thing when you see the finished product in the video. Cool. It's awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
No, we need
music like that.
I wanted to do something, and again, back to where the music is coming from, where you started with, which was amazing.
Yeah.
So it's Afro-Cuban, so it's Spanish. So I met Holly James. She was in the original cast of Moulin Rouge, and you see her, and she's just completely stunning. Then you meet her, and she's, if anything, legitimately, I know it sounds corny, but more beautiful inside than out. This woman's a world-class photographer, sculptor, painter, dancer, singer. Later on, she's actually joined the orchestra, which is no accounting for taste on her part, but she's joined the orchestra to play with me. But you know what? Let's do something really crazy. I want to do it's Spanish music, and she's a brilliant flamenco dancer, right?
Yeah.
And I said, okay, we're going to do flamenco. But what can we do that's different? And what can we do that would make something like, and you hit it, brother, simple, but really enjoyable and maybe kind of cool, and it's harder to put together. It should seem simple, and you shouldn't see my direction on it, right?
Absolutely.
So I as a director, I love movies from every generation, like more than 100-year-old movies, and including the great choreographer from the 30s and MGM is Busby Berkeley, and he did all this crazy stuff with literally 50 dancers and lined them up. And then I'm saying, well, I'm not doing that. That's not me. That's not modern. That's like, I say, but you know what? You have Holly James, and what's better than one Holly James? Have like 100 Holly James,
multiple Holly James.
Do it right. So it's kind of like Busby Berkeley meets The Matrix, right? And it's like all these images, and you hit it. It's simple, but it's not. You could keep watching, and we hide our logo in there a bunch, like that becomes part of the hypnotic trance. And I encourage, and I hope everyone will go on it. But it's had almost, between all the platforms, it's been released just a couple of days, like last Friday. It's had over like 500,000 views and like crazy amount of engagement. So, for an unknown band with no stars, that's crazy. And I'm so appreciative of how people have responded all around the world. That's another thing, especially since you guys are such music heads.
Yeah.
Spotify World, right? Spotify World is, and they've been people have been amazingly generous. The people that encounter our song, 94% of those people listen to the end, which is kind of absurd, I've been told. Because that particularly is not my area. And it's like, wow. But the audience is coming from all around the world, mostly the U.S., mostly shout out to Chicago, New York, but all around the world, Finland, Africa, places in Africa, Cape Town, Johannesburg. But it's everything. On social media, it's yes, Cape Town, yes, America, but it's the Middle East. So, Eddie, it's back to your point. It's like people all around the world, music can move people. And if you look on our comment section, what's phenomenal is I'm not hitting translate as much, when you see it's a foreign name, because they speak in emojis. So me and the elves are up late at night answering people back in emojis just to let them know that we really appreciate them taking the time to not just like and comment and view, but really get engaged with us. And we're entering into these, like, it's like grateful we are that people are just embracing it. It's a slow process, but they're like...
Documentary that I actually went out and purchased. I got it when it was,
Thank you, brother.
I mean, I put a little money in, Mitchell's pocket.
You did.
I did. Because I respect people that take that passion project and actually make it. You are literally being what is needed, because sometimes people want to make videos or they want to make songs and they want to spend the budget of
But to be blunt about it, it's like, you get enough rings on your tree, right? And you start to figure out who you are, and then you realize that's all you got, that in your name. So when you bring authenticity, whatever that means to you, and to some people it can be abstract art, right? But to me, there's a straight line. You storytell, you keep the bullshit out, whether it's music, whether it's visuals, whatever it is, it's just you let your heart come out, and then, you take your chance, because that's all you got at the end of the day, right?
Absolutely. You got to reach for the start. That's why I'm still trying to get Bert Kreischer on the show. So,
well,
I have hopes and dreams.
Right. Now, let's stop for a moment, because enough about me. Let's talk about you. And then
please do. Talk about me. I like it. My favorite subject.
Yeah, but you guys, and I said this to you once before, and I said it to you privately. It's like, you're doing it, man. I mean, you're not. This show that you do is coming from you guys in your heart, and it's just about keeping a runway. Like, you're doing something that's real, and you'll attract people that want to hear that reality. And to me, you just don't get anything by not speaking the truth.
Absolutely.
And you guys always speak the truth, and I'm not just saying it because I'm not that guy. But that's why I came on today. I'm on vacation, right? I'm upstate. And what my version of vacation is, I'm finishing a screenplay, helping to launch a Broadway play. I have 3 campaigns, and I'm writing more songs. So that's my vacation.
You're not busy.
For my wife, my family. Yeah. But wait, the point is, I'm hanging with you guys because I just loved it. I mean, we've known each other for a long time, but you were so cool about the Scott thing. And it's like, dude, I'm coming. I reached out to you right away. I just want to talk to you because I figured I wanted your guys' opinion on what we're doing.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm here. So kudos to you guys. I mean, people may think you're a bunch of fucktards, but you're not. You are real. That is your brand. It's like, and you know what? You are rock and roll at the end of the day, because that's who we all are, because we're rock and roll.
You see, Joe, that's how you give a compliment.
I'm a little bit country.
I'm a little bit rock and roll. No, but
it's great.
But
the fact that it's world funk. Funk is something that's lost now. I mean, you don't even hear about funk music anymore.
Not for a while.
So the world funk, I love it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. See, you got a fan right there.
And
let's talk funk. So let's talk about funk. Like, who are your favorite bands growing up, and what's funk to you?
Well, first of all, the king of funk pretty much would be James Brown, right? So
thank you. Yeah.
Right. So, but when you
Good answer.
But when you take funk music, you put in Ohio players. And they had a song called "Pain." I don't know if you know that song.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
That's pure funk. When you listen to Ohio players play that, right? That's pure funk. You had groups that came late, Lakeside, all these guys and stuff like that were funk. Some of what Earth, Wind, and Fire did. Even when what was great funk. You ever hear Sly Stone do "K Sarah Sarah"?
You could say Sly Stone and anything. The answer will be
pure funk.
Funkadelic.
Oh, forget it, bro.
What about Parliament Funkadelic?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was waiting for George Clinton. But you know what?
Yeah.
Let me go back. You said James Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Then there is the James Brown of Nigeria, who's the godfather of all things. Fella. Fela Kuti. It was
Yeah, he owes me
if
$5.
you're not familiar with his music, yeah. If you're not familiar with his music, we highlighted him on our social as someone who has so inspired me. And all those horns from James Brown that you hear, started with Fela Kuti. Deep baritone sax, driving dynamic, insane rhythm. Fela Kuti saw James Brown in America when he came. Then they started trading, and they became like the best of each in their own world.
Yeah.
So Fela Kuti, Kuti. Please, I want you to do me a favor if you like what we're doing. Just listen to Black President, and then come back on the show next week and tell us what you think about Fela Kuti.
Black
and
President?
I promise you'll be thankful.
What's the name of it?
Fela Kuti.
Okay.
Sorry, brother?
No, say it again.
Yeah, they're writing it down, Mitchell. They want to make sure they get it.
Okay. Fela Kuti. Fela. That's his first name. The album is called Black President.
Black President.
Just put that album on. You will go nuts.
Because I was big on
that. You'll hear the horns. You go, James Brown's in the house, and you will.
Because I was.
So now, do you think funk? Because I had this conversation with people, right? Does funk to you mean everything has to be on the downbeat of one? Is that funk? Or is funk an attitude?
It's
an attitude. I would say attitude, yeah.
Thank you.
It's an attitude.
That's what funk is.
Attitude, period.
Yeah,
it's
you
an
talk
attitude.
to some, I hate to say Caucasian, musicians, and they go, I'm the quintessential Caucasian. I'm the Jew from Brooklyn, right? But the point is, and my people are tribal, hence I get this music. Ba-doom, boom. But funk is an attitude, man. And it's not like time. Literally, I had a half-hour conversation which shows you how crazy passionate I am about the meaning of funk. And he's going, no. It's the downbeat of one. You can't call it, world funk. And I go, well, basically, take the F U, change the N, make it a C, keep the K, U. No. This is all about attitude. Driving. I mean, now with the African part of the influences, they don't play on that downbeat of one. You play off the drum. So it's like, and then it becomes even funkier. So it's redefined. Funk is bigger than a downbeat on one. And thank you for your opinion. Who else have you been exposed at all to African or South African or East Asian music?
I was big on Miriam Makeba.
Yep. Well, by the way, the guy I mentioned, Cedric Sampson, I'm going to give you a shout out because he was a producer.
Nice.
And he's these guys are doing music since they're 5 years old, and Cedric's about to celebrate his 70th birthday. If you get into music with these guys, and if they're going to play with you, you already know that you've arrived, and in all bluntness, I hadn't played, I had, my wife and I have had guitars and basses up on the wall for 20 years, and I barely touched them only to score things like I did for Scott, in the movie, because I ended up writing songs for that. But at the end of the day, to take them down and to buy 5 more, much to my wife's chagrin, but to now have them all around our house. And I'm always writing. When we came up here, I brought 2 guitars in 2 different tunings, because I'm always writing. And it's like this world, and it's not a band. Thank you for calling us a band, but I want it to be an orchestra. And the difference is orchestras play songs, bands, and they change the members. So it's not locked into 5 people, 6 people, 7 people. It's bands are pretty much locked. But for an orchestra, literally, as you hear more music, you'll hear we have 6 different lead singers. And back to my approach as a director, we're casting each of those singers, whether they're going to be in the background of the chorus or singing lead, or in one of the new songs we're going to have coming up called Stranger on a Train, I'll ultimately play for you. There's 4 different lead parts because I wrote it as a movie. So different people, different characters are coming in. So each song is written from a even the autobiographical ones, like Such a Beautiful Day, they're written, I create a character in my mind, In that case, it was where I was when I, throughout my career, because nothing of what we've ever done has been easy.
So it's like a theatrical performance.
Yeah, and
Each
that's
one.
and I will tell you, by the way, thank you, because the argument we have is I can't sing, but I can act. These other guys in Africa, they can sing. But someone really needs to sing, we pull them out. But, it's funny because I was not going to sing in this at all, and the singers insisted that I had to be on it because they said it was authentic. So I said, okay, whatever, let's just go with them, and so we ended up splitting up Even Such a Beautiful Day. I started, and then he comes in because he's got that voice. He's like John Mayer, but, with a little African twinge.
Hey.
But I'd love as we go down the path to keep talking to you guys, because it's like, you're making the music within your own soul, but you want it to impact people. Otherwise, it's just a hobby.
Now, Mitchell.
And the purpose of this is to impact people.
Now, Mitchell, I could talk to you, for freaking a day. We can keep going. But the only thing is, I do have to.
God.
I got to slow it up. I just got to end it now. But let me tell you, for more information on the World Funk Orchestra and everything else, at World Funk Orchestra on social media and everything else. But also, Google the name Mitchell Stuart. All right? Mitchell Stuart, by the way, Mitchell, Stuart. If you don't know how to spell Stuart, get out.
All right? Check the soda aisle.
Yeah, Mitchell Stuart. The man is literally, he's looking for Larry, HQ Creative, World Funk Orchestra. I don't know if the guy sleeps.
Okay.
I don't know. He has too much crap going on in his life. Listen, I don't know if he sleeps.
Mitchell, I hope I got a new best friend.
You
man.
do.
Okay.
That's the thing. And that's the thing. I wanted to end it on this point. That's the thing. I've never met a more genuine person on this goddamn earth than Mitchell Stuart. This man opens up his heart, opens up his mind, gives you, and this is me being me to you, and Mitchell back to me. I'm telling you, I talked to Mitchell privately today, and let me tell you, the man struck a nerve, and in a good way, in a positive way. Because all the guy's trying to do, whether it's through the World Funk Orchestra or many of his other outlets, is actually bring positivity, give motherfuckers a chance to be creative, and that's what they do over here. So, trust me, I can talk to you for freaking days upon days, Mitchell. I know I have to end it here, but let me tell you, thank you for coming into the Slickster's life tonight. Thank you for coming into Billy's life tonight. You've already been in my life. I don't know if you're in Joe's life because we can't get a read on him.
I don't
We definitely got to talk some more. We definitely got to talk some more.
You're amazing. And sir, do me a favor. DM me, right? And I'll send you music choice. And please share back with me too, because please do that.
I will DM you. I will DM you after the show. Thank you, Mitchell.
Yep. Much love, brother. Take care, guys.
Take care, my brother.
Round of applause, Mitchell Stuart, World Funk Orchestra, everybody. Round of applause. Enjoy the rest of your vacation, Mitch.
Cool guy.
Thank you, brother.
All right, brother.
Peace.
Peace.
Right, peace.